This is Alan Stang. Stick around. Regular listeners to these broadcasts will recall that from time to time your reporter has mentioned Colonel Michael Goleniewski. Goleniewski was the name used by an anti-communist who infiltrated the communist secret police of Poland, and who in time became one of its top officials. In April 1958, Goleniewski began feeding information to the United States. For instance, he sent 160 pages of secret reports. He sent microfilm of more than 5,000 pages of secret documents about communist intelligence agents and operations. In January 1961, the Soviet secret police was closing in, and Goleniewski and his wife had to escape to the West. On January 12, 1961, they arrived in the United States aboard a military air transport plane, accompanied by an agent of the Central Intelligence Agency. Goleniewski brought with him complete information on 240 intelligence agents of the Polish secret police who were operating in Western Europe and the United States. And for almost 3 years, he briefed American authorities on the incredible amount of information he had delivered. Among the many Soviet agents Goleniewski exposed were Soviet Colonel Kolon Molody, alias Gordon Lonsdale, and his 4 agents, Henry Houghton, Ethel G., and Peter and Helen Kroger, all operating in Great Britain. There was George Blake, one of the top officials of MI6 in London. In Israel, there was the case of Colonel Israel Beer, military advisor to the Israeli government. In Sweden, there was Colonel Stig Wennerström, who actually was a Soviet KGB colonel. Goleniewski also exposed top Red agents in France, West Germany, and Denmark. Never once did his information prove erroneous, and Soviet spies went to jail across Europe because of his work. Only in the United States was no action taken on his revelations. The courageous anti-communist, who used the name Goleniewski, also exposed a Soviet spy ring known as ODRA, O-D-R-A, which was headquartered in Poland. Goleniewski found a list of the members of ODRA when he opened a safe belonging to a Colonel Skulbaszewski of the Polish secret police. On the list was the name of Sergeant Henry A. Kissinger, who had been an instructor at the U.S. Military Intelligence School in Oberammergau, and whose code name as a member of ODRA was Bohr, B-O-R. This, of course, is the same Henry Kissinger who today is our Secretary of State. The whole story is told in great detail by intelligence expert Frank Capel in his recent book, Henry Kissinger, Soviet Agent. Needless to say, American authorities have done absolutely nothing about the fact that a Soviet spy is now our Secretary of State. But Goleniewski's revelations certainly explain Kissinger's activities. Now we know for sure why Kissinger arranged the delivery of Southeast Asia to the Reds. Now we know why Kissinger is trying to disarm us. Now we know why he sent Presidents Nixon and Ford to communist China. Now we know why Stalin himself could not have done a better job for the Reds as our Secretary of State. The reason your reporter now brings all this up again is that recently he spent several hours with Colonel Goleniewski himself. For the rest of this week, your reporter will bring you taped highlights of our conversation. Only if you get mad enough will the Congress be forced to act. Be with me tomorrow for more. This is Alan Stang. Think about it.
The Alan Stang Report is produced by the John Birch Society Features.